Afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Where should we start? Should we start with Dalton Smith and that big win for him yesterday and the rest of the Sheffield card? Or should we talk 5 versus 5? Let's do 5 versus 5. I feel like a lot of people are talking about that at the moment. And look, I think it's incredible. I really do. I've been following the sport of boxing since the early 90s. Properly following it and understanding it for the last 15 years or so. And in my time of following the sport, this is the best fight card I've ever seen. Like in my time of following it. I know a lot of people will maybe look back at Don King cards back in the 80s, and rightly so. Those cards were stacked, absolutely stacked. But this fight card is just ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous. And I'm not saying that because I'm working on it and because I'm going to go out there. Just as a boxing fan, this fight card is a joke. And I don't know, man. I can't wait till May 1st now. Sorry, June 1st. Because I just think we're in for something special. And it doesn't mean all the fights are going to deliver, because that's sometimes not how it works. But in terms of just on paper, it's ridiculous. Again, look, the main event is Dmitry Bivol, my guy, versus Artur Beterbiev. That alone, like, you could just have that and the rest of the card be crap, and I'm already intrigued because the main event is between two guys that are both pound for pound, top 6, top 7, unbeaten, undisputed, number 1 versus number 2. We're trying to find out who is number 1. That's the main card. Sorry, the main event. And then, all of a sudden, there were rumors a few days ago about Deontay Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. That's happening. We're going to see Deontay Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. And trust me, we're going to see a better Deontay Wilder. We are. And hopefully we see a better Zhilei Zhang than we did against Joseph Parker as well. Those two are going at it, right? Then you've got Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. Dubois, who's coming off, I don't know, I say the best performance of his career against Jarrell Miller. I mean, looked good against Alexander Usyk as well. Destroyed Trevor Bryan. Like, it's been a good last 12 to 18 months for Daniel Dubois. And he steps in against the guy that I think a lot of people have as maybe the number 5 or number 6 best heavyweight. I still have reservations of that, but that's it. So that's the 2, right? You got those 2. Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball. What the fuck are we doing? Hamza Shiraz versus Ammo Williams. And then I think it's Craig Richards versus question mark. This card would have been 100 out of 100 if Eddie Hearn got what he wanted, which was Craig Richards versus Anthony Yard. Looks like Anthony Yard's going to fight Joshua Buatsi. You can't get everything. That's a sensational fight card. Sensational. You've basically, apart from Craig Richards versus question mark, all of these events are very good arena main events, aren't they? Like Zhang versus Wilder. Come on, let's be honest. I mean, Hamza Shiraz right now versus Ammo Williams. If Ammo Williams is switched on, Nick Ball, after what we saw, versus Raymond Ford. Jesus Christ, money talks, bullshit walks in the sport of boxing. But yeah, that's ridiculous, and I can't wait to work on it. Like, so lucky. Like, sometimes I have to catch myself, because sometimes I do moan, oh my God, why are you asking me to do this? And then I sometimes, like yesterday when I was ringside and thinking, my God, this is, what a dream job to be able to be this close to the ring, like, you know, a couple of feet away from the ring, and watch these guys and girls go at it and get paid. You do it for free, wouldn't you? You do it for free. You're paid. In fact, fuck, do it for free. You're paid to do it. So yeah, look, I can't wait till June the 1st. I'm not quite sure who Craig Richards is going to fight. Obviously, Frank will have a couple of 175 guys. You might even have a 168 guy going up. But look, it's scary. Honestly, I think it really is scary. Talking about scary, Dalton Smith's performance against Jose Zepeda yesterday was scary. What a career best win for him. I mean, this is a guy, let's not forget, he's coming off the win against Sam Maxwell where he got cut twice. The jump, and hopefully I didn't sound disrespectful on air yesterday, but it's true though, the jump from Sam Maxwell to Zepeda is massive. And he looked better against Zepeda than he did against Maxwell. Honestly, that's an incredible performance. I mean, the problem for Dalton, or say it's a problem, it's a good thing actually. You need dance partners. But I was going to say the problem for him is that 140 is so stacked right now. To get anywhere near the top of the tree, you've kind of got to go through Murderer's Row to get there. Or you've got to be the guy that sells pay-per-views and fills out arenas. He isn't that guy yet that does those two things. So he might have to go through Murderer's Row. But they've just got to make sure they match him carefully, because there are some 140 guys that you just don't need to be in the ring with yet. There are some guys you just don't need to be. So they've got to be careful, but he's there now. I mean, you only have to look at the British scene. How good's the British scene? Josh Taylor, Jack Cattrall, Dalton Smith, Adam Azim, whose name got mentioned yesterday, O'Hara Davis. Don't rule out O'Hara Davis yet. There's quite a few guys over here at 140, let alone the world scene. The world scene is just frightening, honestly frightening. Like, if you are Dalton Smith, I do wonder what the next one is. I said, I got a bit of stick for it. I said O'Hara Davis. I like that fight because O'Hara will sell it. O'Hara obviously was trying to get a world title when he fought Ishmael Barroso, or was it an interim, or I don't know what it was, Silva? I think it was an interim, wasn't it? Got stopped. Shit happens. But yeah, no, honestly, crazy division. And Matchroom have so many 140 guys over here and in the States and worldwide. So there shouldn't be a problem in terms of getting Dalton some good names. But I really enjoyed the card yesterday. I think it was one of Matchroom's best cards in the last couple of years in terms of all the fights on the main broadcast delivered. All 5 fights delivered, right? The early fight, that delivered, right? War, blood all over the place, but that delivered. Campbell Hatton, let's have a conversation. It delivered, right? Campbell Hatton versus Jimmy Flint delivered. You know what? About Campbell Hatton, I've always said, like, sort of, you're as good as you can be, right? You're as good as you can be. Again, not everyone can be fucking Floyd Mayweather. Not everyone can be British level. Not everyone can be English level. Boxing's a hard sport, but at least dedicate to your craft. Like, try your hardest. Ability is one thing, but be fit, be determined, and let's see where that gets you. He ticks both of those boxes, doesn't he? Like, he's resilient as well, because there were times in that fight where it got really hard for him, and he just dug deep and he kept on fighting back. And look, if that's his level, that's his level. But he's having a go. So I'm not gonna kick him when he's down. It's too easy to say, "Oh, he's crap." That's too easy. And as well, I mean, I'm not gonna get into like mental health and all that shit. In fact, I might do a YouTube channel about mental health, something separate. I'll tell you guys a bit later. But I know what it's like, yeah, to get a little bit of stick. I'm talking fucking, can you see that? Like, tiny. When I fuck up on air or something, and someone's always quick to fucking, he's rubbish. And that fucking pains me. I'm like, oh God, you motherfuckers. The stick he gets every single time he fights, and he sees it. Of course he sees it. If he doesn't see it, he knows someone that sees it, that relays it back to him. I don't know. He must be so mentally tough to continue to do this. Like, because he knows after every fight, people are going to start chatting shit about him. After every fight. And all he wants to do is get in there and have a go. He's just trying to do something. Again, not everyone can be great at it. And I know some people like to moan because he was given opportunities. Well, look, that's just the way the world is, unfortunately. His dad's Ricky Hatton. Doors are going to be opened, right? I mean, doors won't stay open, but they will be opened. And it's up to him to do something. And yesterday, again, we all kind of know his level now. But that level is quite entertaining. That was probably one of the best area title fights you guys would have seen in years. I fully enjoyed it. So I don't want to be too harsh on him. And look, hopefully they do it again, right? Because I think that's the only fight really for both of them. Because even Jimmy Flint, I don't know if he can go to English level. Obviously, next step it for a central area or area champion is sort of English, isn't it? So I think both of them in there, do it again. It'll be fun. What was the other one? Ishmael Davis versus Troy Williamson. Wow. You know what? Yeah, some little cock. I tweeted, like, I think I tweeted, Dalton Smith will get all the plaudits, rightly so. I said in brackets, rightly so. But let's give Ishmael some credit here. One amateur fight. Last time out was a 10 rounder. This time was a 12 rounder. And someone tweeted, "Oh, trust Ade to back the brothers. We know you've got an agenda." I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind, dude? Like, I hate fucking racist talk on my timeline. But anyway, look. back to Ishmael Davis. What I just said, by the way, is all true. One amateur fight. He's only had, what's that? Was that his 14th or 15th fight? And the one before this was Ewan McKenzie, which was his first 10-rounder. And then he goes in against a tough guy in Troy Williamson, tough, experienced, former British champion. And I thought he did so well. I saw him in the hotel after. I met his family, and he said he got hurt a couple of times, but he dug deep and got through it. Like, Troy Williamson came in overweight. That might have been a hindrance to Troy, but still came in overweight. He's a big 154. Bigger than Ishmael. I think you guys saw that on the night. But Ishmael showed a lot of composure. Very good switch hitter. Went southpaw, went orthodox, went southpaw, went orthodox. If you just tuned in, you wouldn't know if he was a southpaw or an orthodox fighter because he looked good in both. But I like him. He's now mandatory for the British. That was a final eliminator for the British title. But Sam Gilly and Louis Green are going to fight for that. They fought before for the Commonwealth and English. They're going to fight for the British now. Josh Kelly has vacated. But yeah, looks like he's going to have a good future. Sandy Ryan, Terry Harper. That was a weird ending for me. But look, Steffi Ball knows Terry better than we do. So he knows if it's just not there on the night, it's just not there. And she was getting pieced up. The first round was semi-close. But after that, Sandy Ryan is like a fucking train wreck. Honestly, she just does not stop. Nightmare. And it's not reckless as well. She's actually a good boxer. She's coming in. She's moving ahead. She's digging to the body. She's going up top, left, right. Literally, engine, like, she's a nightmare. And because this is why I want women's boxing to stay 2 minutes, because you get full on, like literally from the opening bell to the closing bell, you'll get an action. There is no rest up. They're giving you 2 minutes of solid work. And Sandy's just a nightmare. She's a nightmare, but I'm still a bit like bemused by the stoppage. I know she was getting pieced up, but it wasn't like she hadn't been knocked down or stumbling back on the ropes, you know? So it was a bit of a weird one. I was like, huh? What's going on here? This is a world title fight. It's a fucking world title fight. But again, they know Terry better than we do. I just wonder what next for Terry now. What next? Do you know what I mean? I know she's still champion at 154 pounds, but that's not really her weight class. I don't know. As for Sandy, Jesus Christ, she's got so many options. So many options. It could be Chantel Cameron. Obviously, we'll see what happens with Chantel and Katie. It could be Lauren Price. Lauren Price is fighting Jessica McCaskill, so that'll be a unification fight. Could be Tasha Jonas. That will be a unification fight as well. Could be Michaela Meyer. Caroline Dubois will jump up. There's so much out there for her. So she's in a good place because she's got super amounts of dance partners. And I think she's going to be a problem. Obviously, now relocated to Las Vegas, no longer with Clifton Mitchell. And I mean, you have to give it to her team because they look really good. They look really good first time out. I know she's been sparring Clarissa Shields, so you can't get better sparring than Clarissa Shields, can you? So, yeah, no, really like it. Sorry, really like her. Really hope that she does some damage now because I think she's ready now, like really ready. I think she always had the talent. She was a good amateur, but sometimes it's just you got to put everything together, haven't you? Like mentally, are you ready? You got to put everything together, and now I think she's mentally ready as well. All right, what else? Did you see AJ put up a post? No, it was on his Insta story, but I put it up on my Insta story as well. AJ put up a post basically hinting that he's coming back sooner rather than later. He said on the post, it was like 258 management calling. I think it was along the lines of they need you to fight, and AJ was like, okay, I'm ready. Now, I was like, okay, what does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but what does it mean? And the only fight in my head that I could think of was Joseph Parker. For a number of reasons. The obvious one is Joseph Parker and Zhili Zhang were supposed to go at it again. They were supposed to go at it again. They had a rematch. They said it in the ring. When I interviewed Joseph Parker, he said it in the ring. Zhili Zhang nodded. Supposed to go at it again. Obviously, Zhili Zhang's fighting Deontay Wilder. So what's Joseph Parker doing? You don't take a demotion. If you're Joseph Parker, the number 4 heavyweight in the world, you only go upwards. You look upwards, though. Fury's fighting Usyk. Only one man left, AJ. Again, this is just process of elimination. Who knows? But what else could it be? AJ isn't going to fight fucking Martin Bakole. He's not going to, no disrespect to Bakole there, but he's not going to fight Martin Bakole. AJ's not going to fight Dillian White. You know, he's not fighting these guys. Hrgovic was rumoured. Hrgovic has got Daniel Dubois. I mean, what's he doing? Is he on standby Are they doing that? They do that in the UFC when there's a big title fight. They have a guy on standby who makes weight, does everything. Is AJ on standby just in case Fury or Usyk pull out? Is that what he's doing? I don't know. But I kind of felt like that was a bit cryptic, and I don't know if it means anything, but I thought it was interesting. All right. What have we got? Let's have a look and see if there's any. Paulie Malignaggi predicts Canelo Alvarez would get hammered by David Benavidez. I don't think anyone at 168 hammers Canelo. Beats is different from hammers. Hammers will suggest that he gets absolutely destroyed. No. I'm sorry, no. I almost think it's disrespectful to say the undisputed champ at 168 pounds, the guy has all the belts, gets hammered by another fighter. Not for me. Not for me. All right, is there anything else? Or is that it? Kind of it, you know, guys. There's other bits, but, you know, we do a video on Monday, so we'll do some more. I am going away. Tomorrow's my birthday. Feel free to say happy birthday if you guys are still watching this fucking video in the comment section. It does mean a lot, especially coming from you guys, because you guys have been following me for years, so it's quite nice. Anyway, peace and love.